Hey everyone, it's Lorena Freya. Welcome to Journey into Witchcraft. In today's episode, we're going to discuss the third element in witchcraft, fire. We'll be discussing folklore, correspondences, deities, nature spirits, altar ideas, and spell work associated with the element of fire. So how fire came to be is unknown. However, there are origin stories in every culture. Almost all of the stories include theft, where the fire is stolen and given to the humans. In Greek mythology, the titan Prometheus stole fire from the gods and gave it to a man who does metalwork, simply because he loved humans more than the Olympians who banished his family. The gift helped progress the civilization and opened fire temples throughout Greece. Native American tribes in the Northwest and First Nations believed that fire was stolen by a coyote, beaver, or dog and given to the humans. The Algonquins, forgive me if I mispronounced that, believed that a rabbit steals fire from a man and his two daughters to share with other humans. The Cherokee myth is that after an opossum and buzzard failed to acquire fire, Grandmother Spider weaves a web to sneak into the land of the light, where she steals fire from the sun and hides it in a clay pot. She brings the clay pot back and gives it to the humans so that they may see in the dark. In Rig Veda, a Hindu text, it is Matarasvan, again, excuse me if I mispronounced that, who steals fire that had been hidden away from the humans. All of these myths reveal that fire is associated with trickery and chaos, more than likely due to us wanting to have control over fire. Ultimately, fire is in control. It can be extremely destructive, yet transformative. Fire is considered to be a masculine element. It is associated with the sun, the luminary of the ego, and Mars, the planet of action. It's also associated with the spirits of the south. Each tarot card, minor arcana suit, is associated with an element. When it comes to fire, you should think of the wands or swords, depending on your belief. I personally think of fire as swords and air as wands, Now, when it comes to the zodiacs, these three are considered fire signs. You have Aries, which is a cardinal fire sign associated with leadership, willpower, protection, intelligence, success, and self-confidence. Then you have Leo, a fixed fire sign associated with social status, self-confidence, courage, self-expression, passion, adventure, love, and sex. And lastly, you have Sagittarius, which is a mutable fire sign, and it's associated with desires, goals, sports, and travel. The colors red, yellow, orange, gold, crimson, and white, basically all of the warmer hues, are associated with fire. There are many deities that are associated with fire, such as Vesta. She is the Roman virgin goddess of the hearth, home, and family. She has a Greek equivalent named Hestia. There is also Morgan. She is the Irish Celt goddess of war, fate, and death. We also have Breed, or Bridget, however you pronounce it. She is the Irish goddess of spring, fertility, and life. Then we have Freya. She is the Norse goddess of love, beauty, fertility, sex, war, gold, and Sayor. If you don't know where Sayor is, it's a type of shape-shifting magic, because Freya was considered a sorceress with the ability of shape-shifting. We next have Ra. He is the Egyptian god of the sun, heaven, kinship, power, and light. We also have Prometheus. He is the Greek god of fire and trickery. And lastly, we have Agni, I'm not sure. He is the Hindu god of fire. Now, there are plenty of other deities. I just didn't want to keep listing a million deities for this. Fire is also associated with many different nature spirits. So I'm going to talk about the salamander first. The salamander spirit animal is considered to be very lucky. You might have seen a fire salamander if you watched Frozen 2. The salamander brings to focus the power of vision and opportunities. It symbolizes transition and the ability to face challenges and flourish in adversity. The salamander promises change and enlightenment. The salamander ensures you that whatever difficulty you now face will soon pass. Everything will make sense to you once it's over. You can call upon the salamanders when you are going through changes in your life, to be thankful for the hard times because they mold you into someone stronger and wiser. If you need comfort during your time of darkness, or if you need to gain wisdom and understanding of everything that's happening. Next, we have the dragons. If the dragon spirit guide has chosen you as its ally, you're considered to be very blessed. You better be prepared to learn to take one thing and turn it into something else, sort of like alchemy. You must also be prepared to learn how to be a fierce guardian of the earth. The dragon spirit chooses witches who are advancing into the next level of their craft. Those who are experienced and ready to transform and fly to higher levels than they've been before. You will know if the dragon chooses you. They will come in dreams, visions, or synchronicity to you. There are also phoenixes. So the phoenix is one of the most powerful spirit guides. The phoenix's appearance in your life means you're rising from your own symbolic death, ready to be born fresh and renewed in body, mind, and spirit. There are also the chimeras, which they kind of remind me of manticores. The chimera is a Greek spirit animal. It has a lion's body, a goat's head, and a snake's tail. It's said to cause disaster and calamity. It attacks by breathing fire. Chimera is also used as a scientific term, as real-life animals can be hybrids with a combination of animal features or a duality of self. These chimeras exist all throughout the animal and plant kingdoms. There is a Chinese equivalent of the chimera called qilin. I believe that's how it's pronounced. It's a hooved, antlered creature that's usually shaped like an ox, deer, or horse, with its body either fully or partially covered in scales. They're sometimes depicted as being fully engulfed in flames or decorated with fish-like fins. Qilins are also seen as a symbol of luck, success, and prosperity. So this is more of a positive thing compared to the chimera, which is kind of more negative. And last, we have the jinn. Jinns, or genies, are spiritual beings stated in the Quran and other Islamic texts. Jinns are creatures of free will. They inhabit the unseen world and dimensions beyond the visible universe of humans. They can defy space and time. They are made of smokeless fire. In Islamic mythology, most jinns are considered evil and cunning and are often compared to the devil. If you want to make a fire altar, or if you're just curious to know what you can use for a fire tool during your rituals, here are some ideas. You can use athames or wands depending on your belief system, candles, amber, which is fossilized tree sap, a red bowl of ashes, basil, crystals such as bloodstone, carnelian, firegate, garnet, ruby, or sunstone. So basically anything that's like red or orange. You can use metals like brass, copper, gold, lead, or tin, charcoal, cinnamon sticks, fulgurite, which is rocks that haven't been hit by lightning, lanterns, lava rock, pumice, and silky fabrics in rich, warm colors such as orange, red, and yellow. Some of the spell work that you can do involving fire include a cord cutting ceremony to break a bond. You can create charms with the metals associated with fire, such as brass, copper, gold, lead, or tin. You can do candle spells. Just remember that each color represents a different goal. You can also do spells for energy, action, willpower, creation, destruction, banishment, and creativity. You can also do a fire manifestation or release ritual. Basically with that, you're just writing down whatever you want to manifest or release on a piece of paper, and then you burn it in the fire. And then you either, if it's for manifestation, you can keep the ashes, or if it's a release ritual, you need to get rid of those ashes and don't look back. You can also do sex magic or fire scrying. So there you have it. I am actually going to be talking some more about the individual correspondences, such as like the nature spirits. I'll have an episode for each one of them individually. I am also planning on doing some deity episodes later on as well. So let me know in the comments which deity you would be interested in, or what type of nature spirit that you would be interested in, because I definitely want to get into that soon. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that follow button. I am also on Instagram at Lorena Freya. I have a Facebook. That's Journey into Witchcraft Podcast. My Twitter is at Lorena Freya. My TikTok is at Lorena Freya. And I also just made a Pinterest account that's Journey into Witchcraft. I did just launch my website as well, so that's journeyintowitchcraft.org. It's got all of my blog posts, including the transcription of all of my podcast episodes. And it's got a shop, so if you like witchy items, whether it be clothing, jewelry, home decor, it's all there for you. I also have a Patreon that's Journey into Witchcraft. On my Patreon, you have access to my entire grimoire. We also do weekly movie nights, and there is a Discord and everything. So if you're interested in that, it's only $5 a month on Patreon. Thank you all for listening. Bye.